So let's talk about bone shrinkage. What is it, and when does it happen, and does it happen to everybody, and how can you prevent it? All of that. Okay, so first, bone shrinkage is when you have your teeth pulled, they pull the teeth out from the bone, and then after that, your bone starts to recede because it's no longer being held by that tooth. Okay, so your gums start to shrink, and that's what gives you that caved in face, caved in lip mouth area look, is because you're having the bone shrinkage. Unfortunately, bone shrinkage is inevitable even if you have implants. I have 8 implants and I've still had a massive amount of bone shrinkage, since the time I had my teeth extracted. So just because you get implants doesn't mean that you won't have any bone shrinkage. You're still going to have some bone shrinkage. It just won't be as much as someone who didn't have implants. And that right there is enough to get a few implants on eBay. Say you can't afford the teeth at the end, but you do plan on doing it one day, go ahead and get those implants on eBay and have them holding your bone, and then come back later and get those zirconia bridges or whatever bridges you were wanting, or your snap-ins, whatever it may be. Now, I know I talk about cushion grip a lot, and this kind of goes into the whole bone shrinkage thing. So when you start having bone shrinkage, what happens is your denture becomes loose and wobbly and unstable. And why does that happen? Because when your gums shrink, it makes all of that space inside of your denture. So they no longer fit tight up against your gums because those gums have receded and now the dentures are loose. So the cushion grip helps as a soft reline, works as a soft reline to fill in that space and make your denture fit again, snug and secure. So that's why I always say that cushion grip is so important, because, otherwise either you need cushion grip or you need some type of a soft reline in your denture. Otherwise it's going to be loose. Otherwise, stuff's going to get in there and bust up your glue and it's not going to make it through the day. So many things. And I know a lot of people are really afraid about bone loss. Like, oh my gosh, like, how can I prevent this? How can I keep it down, slow it down? And, there's a few things. Number one is sleeping in your dentures. Sleeping in your dentures does accelerate bone loss. There's a proven study online. It's just a proven fact. So over time, you may not realize anything now, but over time you will get that sunken face look if you wear your dentures 24 hours a day. And if you've already had bone shrinkage and now you're looking into dentures or implants, they may do what's called a bone graft, where they go in and they add bone so that you have enough bone for implants. But you have to get, it's a whole process. You have to get the bone grafts, let them heal, then get the implants, and so on. So there's always options. There's always options. Even if your doctor says, oh, I didn't have enough bone for my implants. Well, they have what's called zygomatic implants that are made for this very reason, that go in a different way, where bone is available. So that's something to consider, if you have a lot of bone shrinkage, or if a doctor tells you, sorry, you're not a candidate for implants. That's something you can do, is say, well, what about zygomatic implants? Or go get a second opinion and ask that dentist about zygomatics. But either way, there's always something you can do. There's always a solution. You just have to find it. I promise it's out there. Bone loss sucks, and it may not bother you now. Yes, our face shape changes, as we grow into our dentures, and that's natural and expected. And as far as how long the bone shrinkage happens, like the rapid bone shrinking, that's going to be about a year. So for the first year, you need to reline your dentures at least once a month. You can get away with a little bit longer than a month, but you'll notice as soon as you get a soft reline, either from the dentist or if you do it yourself, your dentures will be loose again. In a week or two, they'll be loose again. So, it's a pretty common thing you're going to have to do during that first year. That's why they say to wait to get your permanent dentures until it's been a year. That way you wait until the bone shrinkage has slowed down, and now you can get a new denture that fits and will stay fitting because your gums aren't shrinking at a rapid pace any longer. So I hope that makes some sense. If you have any questions about bone shrinkage or implants and bone shrinkage, or just whatever it may be, feel free to leave it below, and I'll do some video replies later on today. All right, guys. Bye.